But first, the front pages of the tabloids were recently dominated by the big football story, Wayne Rooney's hair transplant. And it seems that he needs a top-up just 2 years after spending £15,000 on his first transplant. And of course, everyone has a view on what Wayne's new hairstyle should look like.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Well, we sent our cameras out onto the streets of Belfast to see what people thought about hair loss and indeed hair transplants.
Losing this would be the end of my life, to be honest, you know. So for all those people at home who are wondering about it, like, this is real. But if I could get this again, hands down, definitely do it.
I would never want to have hair again. It's too much of a hassle.
You lost your hair, you want to feel young, so have a hair transplant if you can afford it.
If I was to start going bald, I would probably do it gracefully and shave it all off.
If you've got the looks, you know, it doesn't matter what hair you have, you know, that's the way I look at it.
This bit with the hair going over and all, that's silly. I think they just should go bald.
Into the barbers and ask for a short back and shine.
So is bald the way to go?
Bald's the way to go.
A short back and shine, I like that. OK, it's a bit of a laugh, but really, baldness can cause extreme anxiety and stress for men. And Jason Shankey, you're a hairdresser, obviously, and professionally and personally, baldness was a big issue for you, although you wouldn't think it at the moment, but you've had a hair transplant.
I have indeed, yeah. I mean, losing your hair is devastating on a man's self-confidence. It's ageing, it makes you feel old. Everything about it is awful, and in fact I think it's as bad for a man to lose his hair as it would be for a woman to.
Really? So
yeah.
you just felt much older and not like yourself?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I lost my hair over a period of about 8 years, and it just got thinner and thinner and thinner. Because I'm in the hairdressing business, I knew a lot of ways in which you can slow down the process and make your hair look thicker through various different hair products, through different medicines even. And but after about 8 years, it got to a point where it was really becoming quite visible, and it became so difficult to disguise it that I decided my only option left was to get a hair transplant.
But it's hugely expensive, and for some people, they can't afford it, basically.
It can be expensive, and if you want to get a good surgeon as well, you know, it can be expensive, but it is worth every penny. It's permanent, so the hairs that go in the front of your hair are taken from the back, so they don't actually, they never fall out. So the hair that you are given in the transplant is there permanently. And
you never worried about it going wrong? I mean, look now at Wayne Rooney, he paid £15,000 and it's falling out, or the hair around it's falling out.
Yeah, well, I mean, that happens, but the hairs that haven't been transplanted, for example, the ones that haven't yet fallen out, they will still fall out unless you treat that with medication. So there's a dual process. One is to treat with medication to stop any more hair coming out, and the other one is to get the hair transplant to fill in areas where the hair has fallen out.
I mean, for some people who are maybe starting to lose their hair, are there cheaper options? You explored some until it became apparent that they weren't working anymore.
Yeah, well, there's medicines that are available. I mean, minoxidil that you rub on your scalp every day. There's a tablet you can take every day, and there's products you can put on your hair to disguise it and make your hair look thicker. But really, once it will come to a point where a transplant is really, that is the only way to disguise it if you want to keep disguising your hair loss.
So obviously no regrets for you?
None whatsoever.
Jason, thanks very much and good luck. The hair looks great.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking to us tonight.